Welcome back to Atreyu News. It is Saturday afternoon, February 11th of 2017. From Freedom Outpost, bombshell. Pilot claims he was fired for not signing away his constitutional rights. Warns of illegal Muslims flying into U.S. We are all aware of the Obama administration orchestrated invasion of illegals across our southern border. There is no debate in the matter that it was purposeful. We also have been aware that this lawlessness administration has paved the way for tens of thousands of Muslims from Syria to receive asylum via New Jersey earlier this year. A pilot by the name of Dennis Welke claimed that he was fired because he would not sign a waiver of his constitutional rights. January 2014, Welke said that he received an email from the chief pilot of the airline company he worked for, Khalida. According to the email, there were new requirements that had to be met by all pilots regarding security risk. According to Welke, an action was required on his part to continue his job with the company as a pilot. Welke alleged that the TSA wanted him to sign a waiver to give up a whole boatload of constitutional rights regarding security risks assessments as a United States American commercial pilot. Welke says that he knows of only one other pilot in the organization that received the email, and that pilot didn't read the information, but merely signed it to keep his job. He then read the notable portion of the email. Please carefully read the statement again and reconsider your decision. One of the conditions of the employment at Khalida Charters is being enrolled in a status 12.5 security program. At least that's what it sounds like he was saying. If you select not to agree or to participate, we will unfortunately have to make January 14, 2014 your last day of employment with Khalida Charters. Isn't that something? From Fox News, it looks like we found some voter fraud finally. After Mexico, well, there's lots of voter fraud, but getting the mainstream media to say anything about it is, it's like pulling teeth. Luckily, the underground media, like ones like mine and bigger ones, obviously, will overturn the mainstream media to become it. Just a matter of time. Mexican woman in Texas sentenced to 8 years in prison for voter fraud. Rosa Maria Ortega, a Mexican citizen living in Texas, was sentenced this week to 8 years in prison for voting illegally in elections 2012 and 2014. Rosa Maria Ortega, 37, was found guilty Wednesday on 2 counts of illegal voting after she falsely claimed to be a United States citizen and voted at least 5 times between 2012 and 2014. Can you imagine the amount that happened in the 2016 election? Considering what happened when they recounted Michigan with all the voter fraud in Detroit, there's got to be at least a couple million. And from what I understand, there's actually people that are dead still voting because someone will take the information of the dead individual, go into a state where you don't need voter registration cards, claim that they are this deceased person, and vote. Probably for Hillary Clinton. Breaking. ICE just revealed the truth about the arrested illegal aliens and the media was wrong. Oh, big surprise. I don't even think, the media, they tend to know the truth, but they never actually push the truth. They can know the truth about anything, and then everything they'll tell us is the opposite of what the truth is, even though they know the truth. It's such a bizarre circular logic of psychosis. ICE crackdown in California and a few other states is routine enforcement, not tied to the President of the United States.
Federal immigration officials fired back on Friday, and it comes after immigration advocates and politicians voiced outrage Rage over raids in various cities across the country this week. In Los Angeles, around 160 immigrants were arrested. In reaction to that, pro-immigrant groups started to warn residents that ICE was sweeping up residents in raids across the city. But ICE officials say the rumors that the sweeps were random are utterly false and dangerous, adding that they had planned the raids for weeks, that the vast majority of the 160 were convicted felons, and that they picked up fewer people during these raids than they did last summer during a similar raid under the Obama administration. Department of Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly addressed the raids during a border tour Friday night.
First of all, they're not rounding anyone up. The people that ICE apprehend are people who are illegal and then some.
But the raids led to protests in downtown Los Angeles Thursday night, critics questioning why illegal immigrants with no criminal records were arrested as well.
Arrest and detentions of our community are causing great damage and great pain.
Look at this idiot.
And I know that you know, in terms of large or small, one family being torn apart, being destroyed like this is one family too much. And so we're responding because we believe, yeah, we do have an immigration law, but we also have to inject humanity and compassion into the law. And we're destroying families. You either have
borders or you don't have a country. That's what these retards
Similar raids
don't
took
understand.
place in Atlanta, New York, and Chicago this federal immigration officials.
I had to put this in there. This is funny no matter what your political views are. Look at this picture. You got Obama and Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders all trying to take Donald Trump, and look, it even says white on the back of his jersey, even though the guy's black, his last name's white. That's classic. That's got to be racist to the left. Hey, they would see that and say, oh, that's got to be the most racist picture I've ever seen. That's all they see is race. That's hilarious. Between Obama and Hillary, you know, they held a pretty large power structure when it comes to the ability to manipulate masses of people and the mainstream media to, you know, do their bidding. Even Obama was on Hillary's side during the election. It was blatant and obvious. Bernie too, and it didn't work. And Trump still won. Look at his face. He's like, I'm going for it. Like in UC Berkeley, this is what it looks like when the police are told to stand down. And this is how disgusting it really is in these sanctuary states like California and Washington, places like that.
They do! They call me a Nazi! Sir, do you see this? Is there no action that's going to be taken? These violent anti-fascists, they're not going to have anything done to them, are they?
Nazi, come get the off our street! Get the fuck off our street!
Are these people going to do anything?
Get the fuck off our street!
They say we don't have freedom of speech?
Need to go, boy!
They say we should be nice. Be nice. Come here, Nazi.
Get the fuck off our streets! Get the fuck off our streets!
Look at that girl pushing him.
Sir, please, I'm just here to protest!
Some of these communists are like, the most violent communists are women.
Stand down!
Look at them, they just stomp the guy. The cops don't do nothing. And that's what it's come to. Lawlessness, anarchy, and death. It's all going to change.